What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy XI with your boy Robbie Dagger. And yes, I'm doing another episode. It's been about a week since I started Final Fantasy XI, and I just want to talk about it a little bit. I want to talk about kind of what my journey has been like as someone who's basically never played Final Fantasy XI before. In 2017, coming back to it, I kind of played it a little bit in like maybe like 2006 or so. But I never got past level 20, so I never got far. So this is really my first experience with the game, honestly. So I just want to talk about what it's like for me coming back to it in 2017, man. Sylvan, welcome, buddy. 2001. Oh, man. Taking me back. Welcome to the stream, everybody. Everybody who's watching, I just want to thank you for coming in and watching this Final Fantasy XI video. If you're watching this, you either love me, and I love you for that, or you love Final Fantasy XI, and you just want to see, what it's looking like. Maybe you're a long-time player, maybe you've never played it before like me, and you want to see what it looks like, what it's actually like, so that's what I want to talk about it. That's what I want to talk about, like my first impression, a week into it, what I've learned, what's awesome, what's not awesome. So there's kind of a lot to talk about. So, first thing, let's just talk about the battles, because that's what everybody really cares about, isn't it? Isn't it now? So you see here, I'm summoning these magical people here. They're called trusts, and they're like your party nowadays. So you're pretty much like two of the things I hated about Final Fantasy XI when I was a lot younger was you couldn't solo, and you had to party for like everything. So they really like speeded up the whole gaming process here by allowing you to be able to like solo stuff. By summoning trusts and like just kind of using them to basically make your own party. As you saw by the list right here, I have a whole bunch of them. And you get them by doing like quests and stuff. Sometimes some things are a lot harder than others. I quickly want to talk about while I'm buffing myself, taking forever. I don't have any macros set up. Macro schmacro. I know it makes things a lot faster, but I don't have any set up yet. That's one thing I want to say. You do have to like kind of set up your macros, or else you're gonna be like, looking through this humongous menu here. The more skills you have, the bigger this menu gets. So just keep that in mind. If you don't have macros, and macros are really easy, and you can have like multiple books set up, so it's definitely worth doing. But all the important stuff I really need, I can do by just pressing Control B, which brings up the pet abilities. So that's what I'll be kind of using. You'll see me battling with that. So that's how you can like kind of set up a party, and just kind of, it makes things a lot faster. Another thing that makes things a lot faster is you get these items that are key items throughout the quest, and I don't want to spoil anything, but these key items actually increase the amount of XP that you're gonna get. On top of that, these little books I just passed here, you can pretty much use them to get bonuses for things you were going to fight anyway, and that's gonna increase your XP by a lot, and that's been in the game for a while from what I understand. And I've already kind of set that up. But I'll kind of show you what it looks like here. We go review current training regime, and we see that I gotta fight some worker crawlers and some death jackets. And it tells you the level, but, you know, whatever. It's kind of low level, but I'm pretty weak as a solo summoner. And not knowing anything about this game, I'm pretty gimp as far as, like, knowing, like, I just found out, like, I'm supposed to be a healer? Oh, Lord. I gotta plug in my headset here. But I just found out that I'm supposed to be, like, the healer for the party, so I'm kind of wrapping my head around that. I will say, from personal experience, I've healed before. I've healed before and I've done like an alright job, but I've also killed a ton of parties because I kind of have like ADHD, I swear. And I'll like totally just like, you know, start looking at something else or start looking something up while I'm playing a game, while I'm partying with other people. And, you know, totally get completely lost. And that's like, you know, that's why soloing is so good for me. That's why I've always liked it. I've always liked the class like Beastmaster. That's probably like the next class I'm gonna play, y'all. I love the idea of a Beastmaster. And this game really does it right. Like, and it does it like no other. You know what I mean? Just like no other. So, definitely worth looking at if you like things like, if you like to get deep. If like Final Fantasy IV was one of your favorite Final Fantasy games, or Final Fantasy V, if you love those games like I did, then this game is probably gonna be a blast for you just because there's so many options as far as classes. I've heard that the end game classes are kind of like out of balance, like there's certain classes you can't use for certain things, but pretty much you're gonna be able to play whatever class you want. So, you know, there's tons of classes. Look at a list if you haven't seen them, because I don't even know them. I can't name them all off the top of my head or anything, but I just know there's a couple that are in this game that, you know, I really want to play with. So that's part of the experience, y'all. That's definitely part of the allure. A lot of people say like the graphics are just too bad, or like, you know, pretty bad. I don't think they're too bad. This is what you're looking at right here is it's 4K. So this is like almost as good as it gets. I have everything kind of turned all the way up. And, you know, it looks good. It looks good to me. Of course, if you're like watching a side by side between this and maybe Final Fantasy 14, you're going to be like, "Oh, like why are you playing that?" But Final Fantasy 14, that's a whole different game, and it's, you know, it's not like this at all. But, you know, so the battles are, as you see, they're like pretty one-on-one generally. That's kind of what you want, is like a one-on-one battle. You want to like not get jumped, especially as like a summoner. That's part of the horror of what I've faced. A lot of people say that the game has changed. I think the only things, there's like, the biggest things that have changed are traveling is way easier, and that was something I hated about the game before. And you can solo now, and that was something I didn't like about the game before. So, you know, now that both of those problems are basically solved, I'm pretty happy. Can't lie, I'm pretty happy. But there are still, I mean, there's so many hardcore things left in this game. Like, I don't see how people can be like, "Oh my god, that game is not hardcore at all." Like, look at this. I'm about to get jumped by 3 yellow jackets. I don't know if I'll make it. I don't know if I'll make it through this battle, y'all. And there's a good chance I won't. And it was nice knowing you if I don't make it. And that's part of the fun. That was part of all the fun about playing this game. Is like, you just never know what's gonna happen. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. You know, you really had to be careful with like aggro. I know one of the things that I'll never miss about this game is like waiting for parties and waiting for replacements to come and just like sitting around and, you know, just the feeling, those feelings of just waiting around, you know, for a party to get assembled or something like that. I won't miss that at all. So I can say that the soloing thing is an improvement for sure, and so is the traveling thing. You know, of course the jobs are all sweet. We kind of talked about the end game a little bit. The questing, that's something I kind of want to touch on. It's pretty difficult. It's not like these new age games where you're just like they lead you around by the hand and they'll like warp you to the next part of the quest or anything like that. Like you kind of have to like look into where you're going or like know where you're going. You kind of have to. This is a humongous world, just like a humongous world, and you end up kind of as you see. There's no minimap on the screen. Like where's my minimap, Square Enix? I think there's a couple little things that they could add. A couple little like easy touches they could add to this game. I don't know if they could add them easily, but I'm hoping they could. That would just like improve the quality of your game, of like just playing the game. Like, see, I got totally turned around. They do give you a little compass. You can probably see it in the bottom left. The bottom left down there, there's a little compass. And you know, that's kind of, it helps. It does help. But you know, it doesn't. It's just you either have to type /map to pull up the map, or you have to go press your minus button over on your your number pad, and then you go to your map. Do that, and you're not like moving around, walking around while you got your map pulled up. So you end up having to like really learn by heart where you're going. That's something a lot of games don't have these days. So if that's not something you feel like you would enjoy, a lot of games are just like so fast paced these days. Like I play Mobius Final Fantasy, and that game is just so fast paced. Like there's no actual walking around or anything like that. You just like play. You just like click on areas and do battles. The whole game is just battles. And the storyline even plays off of it. Where this game is just like a whole nother world. And it's pretty hardcore. They have you constantly. If you don't like hard games, you wouldn't like this game at all, because they have you like going through areas where you're gonna get your booty whooped if you get seen. So you have to like sneak around. And there's 3 ways you can get detected. So of course you have to find 3 different methods of concealment and put them all on at the same time. And that's the only way you're going to not get murked in some of these higher level areas, like when you're getting your level caps. Like starting at level 50, you have to do a quest to get any higher level than that. And they send you to like all these zones where you're going to get murdered if you don't conceal yourself. But in a way, they're kind of showing you the next zone to go to. So it's just like a different kind of MMO. It's just not something. You'll never find another game like this. And I know they're going to remake it as a mobile, but I wanted to play it for the real thing, for sure. Before it gets all that gacha in it. But, is it worth it? To me, I think it is. I think it's totally worth it. I think it's still a fun game in 2017. If certain servers, I've heard they're like just total ghost houses, but I play on Asura, and there's a couple of players on there, so I'm not like totally lonely or anything. I never find that there's like a lack of people playing, or I can never find like a link sphere. Like I found a link sphere in like my first maybe 2 hours of playing. People were offering me help and stuff, so the community is really cool. If you want to have a more normal experience, I would say definitely play in like, Asura. If you speak English, I'm sure you can look up where the best place to go for like your time zone is. But it's to me it's a lot of fun still. this day and age, and the storyline is currently completed. Like, you can actually finish the game, so that's something I'm looking forward to doing. And thanks for joining me on this adventure. I'm gonna be chronicling all kinds of stuff, talking about all kinds of stuff. Like, I wish I was recording when I did my summoning quests, you guys, because that was an experience I will never forget. Fighting by myself with my dear Aeon Carbuncle, my good friend and ally, fighting side by side with him. You know, oh my gosh, it was epic. There's crazy music playing, and you gotta fight these what are they called in this game? They're called something else. They're not called Aeons. Excuse me. Yeah, but you gotta fight these things. They're called avatars in this game. So, tons of fun doing all that solo and getting all the summons by yourself. And you just feel like it's a huge accomplishment. Like, a lot of the quests in this game really do feel like it feels like you're doing something really awesome when you finish it. You really feel like a sense of accomplishment that I just didn't get that sense, and I didn't get a sense of urgency either from the story or anything. From other games, especially MMOs that I've played. But let me know what y'all think in the comments, in the chat, and I'll be back. I appreciate y'all all being here and y'all all coming through. Let me know what you think about this game in 2017. And I'll be showing y'all some more crazy stuff. Maybe when I get a little bit better at the game, we'll do some awesome stuff. But till then, I hope good things are coming to you. I'll be doing more Mobius videos soon. If you're a Mobius fan and you sat through this video, make sure you hit subscribe for sure, because there's going to be plenty more going on here. And I just hope that good things are coming to you. And I will catch you later, and super soon.